Hello and welcome to Broadsword Wargaming. In this video, I'm going to be doing a faction focus on Astra Militarum for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team.
The Astra Militarum and its countless armies form the vast majority of the Imperium's military might. They relentlessly pound their enemies with shot and shell until there is nothing left but a cratered wasteland.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do think about subscribing for more videos to come, because for this one, I am talking about Astra Militarum in Kill Team, and I'm continuing on with this series of faction focus videos. Why play Astra Militarum? If you enjoy playing humans, shooting lots of las guns or doing plasma gun spam with the weakest people in the galaxy, or just fixing bayonets and dying for the Emperor, this is probably the faction for you. Pros. The Astra Militarum are exactly what you'd expect them to be in Kill Team. The Emperor's finest, coming in at 5 points a model. You can actually field your maximum roster in this game quite easily. You have easy access to plasma spam here. With the amount of guard gunners and scion gunners you can take in a Kill Team list, you can fill the board with plasma, sit as a gun line, make lots of overlapping fields of fire, ready everything, and destroy your opponents, whether they're heavily armored or not. You get access to quite a few different units. You have the Scions, who are your elite guys, and in this game they are ballistic skill 3, which is quite nice for your guard, coming in at 10 points a model though. You get Bullgrins as well, who are the big tough combat guys as some of your elite things. And with elites, it actually brought along the regimental doctrines. These are the different regiments your faction can come from, and each of those gets a buff for the whole faction, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Cons. These guys die in droves, and this isn't great for your morale checks. You can get shaken very easily, and you can break your kill team very easily as well. At toughness 3, they are some of the weaker models in the game. Scions are a little better, but coming in at 10 points a model, they're actually quite expensive for what you're getting there. You do get a 4-up armor and a ballistic skill of 3, but you're still only toughness 3. And die just as easily as most other models do. If you're not a fan of painting lots of models, this also isn't great for you. You are going to need your kind of 15, 17 guys in a kill team here. Easy enough to paint, but the models are pretty old as well. I mean, look at your Cadian Guard or your Talon or Vestroyan, all of those. I mean, most of those models are like older than me, and I'm in my 30s now. I remember these when they first came out. Combat is not this army specialty. You're going to get hammered in combat if they get there. Now, you do have some handy abilities to let you overwatch a little easier or shoot a little more, but not great for you coming against those combat armies. Once they're in, they're kind of in, and you're a bit stuck. Special abilities. I've touched on this already in the video, but regimental doctrines are kind of a big deal for your Imperial Guard force, or Astra Militarum. Like most factions in the Elites book, these guys got kind of a buff like everyone else did. Now, these do apply to you only in specific situations. First up, how they're applied. All guardsmen need to come from the same regiment to benefit from the bonus. Scions don't get a normal regimental bonus, but don't take away from the rest of your guys either. Scions can get their own bonus as well, but only if your kill team is made up of Scions or the Auxilia, so Ogrins or Bullgrims or other models in the kill team that have that ability. Mordians. The bonuses granted here are +1 leadership and overwatching on a 5+ if you have a model with 2 other models in base-to-base contact. Handy if you're being charged, and also handy to take away some of those morale modifiers you will face when your models start hitting flesh wounds or dying. Catechins get +1 strength and +1 leadership when they are near a company or platoon commander. Not too shabby for fixed bayonets, makes some of your combat characters or combat-able characters a little bit better. Vestroyans, they get no penalties for shooting at long range, quite handy if you're taking them as a gun line. Cadia. These guys, much like in 40k, get to reroll 1s, or if you use the order take aim, get to reroll all misses. And if you play the game at all, you'll know what that means, plasma spam. Rerolling those 1s is awesome. You can just take people out on the board and only die on the few occasions the gun does blow up. Talon Desert Raiders can run up the board, advance, and still shoot rapid-fire weapons. Handy for getting up the board and moving around. You're going to suffer some penalties for doing that, so it's going to make hitting a little harder, but imagine 8 grenade launchers running up the board and hitting everything despite moving really far. Scions. This ability is only allowed if your faction is made up of all Scions, unlike the other regiments where they can take other things, they just won't benefit from it. These guys can only take Scions or other Auxilia. And their ability is, if you are targeting a model that's within half range, or rapid fire range, you roll a 6 to hit, you can roll another dice to hit. The other advantages to these guys is you can get orders from your leader or commander, and these are the same as the Iron 40k, stuff like take aim, fixed bayonets, fall back, allowing you to sort of take a step back and still shoot into combat, allowing you to take a stab with fixed bayonets in the shooting phase as an extra go. Not great on your guard because they suck, but still nice to have. You do get a comms specialist, but they have a box caster, and this allows you to re-roll all failed morale checks, which is great, so keep him on the board and keep him out of trouble. Same with the leader, really. And they also have some handy tactics cards they can use. If you're playing Scions, for instance, you can spend 1 CP and drop 3 characters anywhere on the board outside of 5 inches. Awesome for bringing those reserves on and taking over objectives that maybe you need to get to first, or can sit on for a little longer, or to attack from the back end of the board. So quite a nice ability. There are actually tons of tactics cards. I'm not going to go through them all, but do check them out. A standard kill team roster. This is really going to depend on which regimental doctrine you've taken or you want to take. Some lean themselves towards gun lines and plasma spam, like Cadians, rerolling those 1s and taking 6 to 8 plasma weapons in a kill team is pretty strong. Valhallans would seem to me to push forward, aggressive play, and using flamer spam. Vestroyans seem like a more defensive list, so maybe keeping yourself back and out of trouble. Katachan obviously is only the one thing, fixed bayonets! So it's entirely down to you what you want to do. Plasma spam is certainly one of the strong min-maxing metas right now. Being able to put 6 to 8 of those on the board is very, very tough to beat. Even with extra wound models and 2+ armor save kind of guys, they're gonna die. And if you're rerolling 1s, overcharging, you're not gonna die very often yourself. And if you do, one more death for a man of the Emperor. Well, that's it for me. That's all I've got to say on this army. I could go on forever and ever about all the different doctrines and the specialist abilities and ways to play them, but this is kind of just a way to ease you into playing Astra Militarum or playing against them and learning a little bit more. I always learn something more when I'm reading these rules quite in depth, because I don't want to make any mistakes that you guys. I normally do, but it's pretty tough. Do remember to check out the battle reports. I've got one with Scions in coming up, or already out, depending on when you're watching this video, and I have a video I did with Luke from Luke's APS and his beautiful Praetorians against my Grey Knights. There were a lot of rules errors there, but still quite a fun, good game to watch. Thank you very much to you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please do remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the alarm bell below for more videos. Check all the links in the description. There's things down there for Amazon affiliates. There is a GEEK Gaming link where I get a couple of percentage back from that. Different places to buy your models, and of course there's Patreon. This is the best way to support me because it gives me more time and a little bit more flexibility in making more videos, and it allows me to do more battle reports, which is really what I want to be doing. So thank you to all my current patrons, and thanks to you guys for watching. Do take care, and I'll catch you in another video.